This episode is a little bit more special to me, so I hope you have the time to watch the entire episode. I have a new mask for myself. Hello, welcome to a new vlog episode. This episode is a little bit more special to me, so I hope you have the time to watch the entire episode. I have a new mask for myself. Next to making masks, I also do music. Everybody has negativity in their lives, but they handle it differently. I use art and music to get rid of the negativity so I can feel good in daily life. I have this alias called Kevin Shrednap. It's like trap, metal rap, dark trap. I don't know, it's very hard, very dark, pretty brutal lyrics. Definitely not for everybody, but I think, you know, the thing it needed was a mask, because mask making is another passion of mine and I really dig masks. And yeah, this is what I came up with. More HD pictures you can find on my Instagram. This time both of them, I'll leave the links in the description. As you can see, it's half a clown, half my face. My dead face. The clown is a very special subject. I will go to there in a second. My dead face is kind of, you know, I just want everything about this music to be negative and dark. But at the same time, I also want to do clean songs. So, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's gonna work, honestly. It did for Slipknot, Wait and Bleed, you know. Nice, clean vocals, insane masks. It just had that very special vibe to it. So honestly, I think this mask looks a little bit like an old school Slipknot mask. With my normal face, it actually represents kind of the clean stuff, you know. Wanting to do more mainstream songs, and the clown part is the dark stuff. It's like a schizophrenic type of thing. Each half has its own theme, as you might say. The entire mask looks dark and depressing. But Cyclone, you know, he is the one which is rough and dark and just taking on taboos and stuff you're not supposed to talk about nowadays. And the Kevin part is more like the clean stuff, like even very dark love songs, you know, stuff like that. It's going to be interesting working on this new record with all of this stuff. And the Cyclone thing, which is extra cool, is it was actually another alias I used to do music under, and it is actually my first one ever. Back in 2000 and I think it was 2003. I started making masks. The first one I actually tried to make was, I think, it was Corey Taylor's Iowa mask. 2002 maybe even. That's a very long time ago. Here you can see a picture of me as a little boy working on Sean Crahan's mask, doing it totally wrong and unofficially. But back then, 2003, 2004, I started to experiment with electronic music too. And in Holland you call it hardcore. It's not hardcore metal, just like they say in the US, but it's more like that hardcore gabber stuff, you know, boom, 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 that type of stuff. I actually did live performances too. I was an MC, but I was not like the other MCs who were more rapping and rhyming through the entire songs. It always bothered me that they did that. I just wanted to leave the song alone as much as possible and, I don't know, focus more on the entertainment part and, you know, at times just growl and when it's parts that people go crazy, you know, to just give them that extra adrenaline. I used to throw blood and meat into the crowd. I used to fight with him too. I got punched a couple of times in the face. I punched a bunch of people in the face. I punched them off the stage. You know, it was just really good fun. Pogo, you call that stuff. It's more like a mosh pit. I used to take their cigarettes and burn my hands so it looks like stigmata. I got burned by fire spitters. I broke my foot twice almost in the same evening. I was drunk with a buddy of mine and I don't know, I think we egged someone's house and I was 18 by the time, 19, so don't judge me. I'm not a grown man egging houses. But by that time we egged someone's house and we ran away because that person had Rottweilers and they didn't have a fence. If they came after you, you really had to run. So there was like this tree stump or something and I fell over it and I almost broke my foot. It was like really blue. I don't know if I broke it, but it was like really thick and blue. And like 1 week later, I had a performance and then I jumped off the stage and I think it was like about, without kidding, 2 meters, maybe 2.5 meters. I first got like a really good slam, so that pain came back again from the week before, so it became thick again. And I don't know, later on I jumped down again and it went even worse, you know. Then I really felt like it was loose or something, you know. When I walked, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it felt really disgusting. I was under the influence of a lot of alcohol and drugs. Where I live now, you're not supposed to talk about stuff like that, but I think everybody makes mistakes, experiences I call them. Yeah, I don't do it anymore. I don't regret any of the stuff I did back in the days. If I didn't do that kind of stuff, you know, I wouldn't be the person which I am nowadays. And I'm pretty satisfied with the person I am nowadays. People are always so focused on wanting to be the best and wanting to be perfect. You know, nobody's perfect and nobody is the best. You need to quit that mindset. It's so fucking annoying. Just do what you want to do. Learn from your mistakes. Accept your mistakes and use them to evolve yourself as a person. That's all I can say. I'm not the same person which I was 5-6 years ago. I can promise you that. Deal with your problems. Everybody makes mistakes. Own up to them and you will feel great. I hope this little talk woke some people up so you can work on yourselves. Now back to the video, what I actually was gonna say. So as I said with Cyclone, I had some awesome performances. I actually had performances together with Canadian Speedcore Resistance, a really cool group from Canada. I did most performances with them. As I said, I mutilated myself on stage, used fake blood, meat. The first performance I actually used real organs and real blood, but people stuffed it in their mouth when taking a picture with me. So I thought that was a bit dangerous. So I really don't want to have like a dead person on my, dead person's blood on my hands. So, or sick or something, or get sued. So I went to the supermarket and got some fresh meat instead in the future performances. And theater blood. So it was really good times. I got a lot of scars also from back then, like on my nipple, on my chest, everywhere, on my ass even. I ended up doing some music videos too, so I actually got to experience the 2006 cancel culture. But the cool part was I also ended up in a lot of mainstream stuff, mainstream TV, mainstream music and stuff like that. There's a rapper called Def P. He is called the godfather of Dutch hip-hop. You know, one of the first. Yeah, I got to do a music video for him and the Beatbusters. And I think you call it ska, that type of music. You know, it's really cool. Pop Doctor, the video was called. The song was called. I ended up in Spinal Enstein's Meer, and Spinal Enstein are my favorite rappers of all time. I think there aren't any rappers out there. The Spinal Enstein from back in the days, I don't think there are any rappers out there who come even close to the roughness and brutality they brought to their music. You have Necro and stuff, you know, it's cool, but you know, I just get the feeling that he tries too hard. Same with ICP and stuff. But these guys, they were like, you know, they went all in. You know, you have Spinal with that screamy sound, and you have Stain with his voice is brutal and deep, you know. He still does music nowadays, you know, but it's more about his passions. He's still rough, you know, and stuff like that. Really controversial, you know, but it's in a different way. You know, I still listen to his music, that kind of stuff. You grew up with it, so it's like some type of cult, you know. But same as with Cyclone. Cyclone in the Dutch underground community, he's called Cult, and that's why I wanted him in my new concept too. I wanted to bring Cyclone's darkness in there. I wanted to bring, you know, his vibe into the songs, you know, maybe bring some Gabber in there at times. Just have a good time and throw all of the negativity in there, because the word pisses me off sometimes. And I know it pisses off a lot of people because everything is so sensitive, you know. Like the biggest thing, the cancel culture from back then and nowadays, you know, back then they really went for people who deserved it, you might say. But the cancel culture from nowadays, it feels like they have grown up in a digital world. They aren't really connected to the real life world in a way. I think they come off as if they have like some type of social media depression. They get locked into a person, you know. They could first love a person, maybe experience some jealousy, and then just go for the person, destroy him, you know, as soon as they have like the tiniest little reason to do so. And I think that is wrong. I think everybody has a talent. Just search for the talent. You get so much dopamine, you'll feel awesome. But don't punish the people who have found their talents and actually are doing them. And I think cancel culture, you know, go hunt for the people who actually deserve it. but don't be locked in your digital world and get that social media depression. Don't compare yourself with others all the time, because you can't be the best at everything. There's always someone who's better or better looking. You need to quit that type of stuff. Stop hanging on Facebook and Instagram and comparing yourself to others. It's not going to make you feel good. So all of that Cyclone stuff, I just had to bring him into this concept. This episode was a bit longer than usual because I really wanted to get all of this out of there. Yeah, next year I will release an EP. So it's going to be really cool. Kevin Shrapnel, the alias is called. There's already music out there. It's called Compilation X. It's really brutal. It starts off with a disclaimer, actually, an intro, really brutal intro. And yeah, all of the lyrics are messed up. But it's like I said earlier in this video, there's always a message behind it. If I do stuff brutal, don't just see the brutality. Just try to figure out the deeper message in the tracks and the videos. I have a video called Swipe Right. You can search it up. It's pretty brutal. It's about a guy on a dating app. This guy actually, which is me, he kills and eats some of his dates who do stuff which is immorally wrong for him. And the message behind Swipe Right was actually only, cool that you use dating apps. I do too. But the person you're visiting, you go away, you go meet this person at this person's home. You go inside, the door locks behind you. You don't know who that person is, but it's always good to be a bit extra careful. And that is actually what Swipe Right was about. It was kind of like warning you to watch out who you go home to. Don't just go home to anybody. So it's going to be interesting making that new EP and bringing Cyclone in there with some gabber and dark influences, but also do sensitive mainstream stuff with a dark tint to it. Part of Me is one of those songs. A lot of clean, but it's very dark, and I love it. In a way, Cyclone was really brutal with the death metal and electronic chaos. It was insane. But I think if you do clean vocals with some certain vibe in the background, I think it is way darker. You reach like a new type of darkness, So I just find that really exciting. So that's what this mask represents, There's a lot of darkness in there, a lot of feelings. To me, the mask represents, my past, a lot of mistakes, change, and a new me. And, it's just a lot of emotions in that mask, and I think it's beautiful, and it's really going to be fun having that thing on in the future, because I think that was missing in the entire concept. About the Cyclone stuff, you should search it up. It's pretty much all censored nowadays. Like I said, it's not for everybody, so if you are sensitive for stuff like that, taboos and really rough stuff, just don't go there. It's really old. It's not me anymore. For me, Cyclone died in 2015. It was like, I don't know. I think it was pretty much the highlight of the entire Cyclone thing. I got to do cool performances. Ended up on mainstream TV a couple of times, which also I ended up on Yo Bonte. It was like this huge thing in Holland a couple of years ago, around 2012. Around 2010, 2012, this guy was huge. I ended up in his show. I forgot to say that. And I got to release CDs, vinyls, which sold really good back in the days. I got to work together and do music together with a lot of my inspirations. Guys I listened to when I was really little. DSI that I got to do a remix for, an official one for my CD. And that was my first contact in the metal world. And then Shrapnel came, and then Kevin Shrapnel, and that's what I try to promote now. So Cyclone died. I'd like to bring that Cyclone with me, visually and a little bit musically. This vlog episode, a lot of talking. I hope if you made it this far, congratulations. And I hope you look forward to my new record. I'm looking forward to making it, and I might release a single this year and the rest next year. Got some new Slipknot masks coming up, replicas, and after this I will show you a couple of close-ups of the mask, of course. And like, share, subscribe, tag a friend who, if you were at my performances back in the days and you know a friend, tag him in the video, share this video to that person, relive some of the memories. Post a comment under the video, if you were at my performances, which things did you like most? Which Cyclone music video do you like best? and see you next time in a new video. So thanks for watching. Here's some close-ups.